Every time it's on everything, the lies you cheesing, I'm cheddaring. No matter the form of the weaponry, gotta keep stalking my destiny. Time's getting worse, I'm bettering. My signals secure, ain't no tethering. I ain't gon' stop till I rest in peace and they put support on my great lettering. Every time, I ain't lay back unless I'm in my 300. Circle is little, cause I keep it 100. Minus my issues, I'm so hard when I'm on it. 100% ain't I get 200. Every time, know what I'ma run from. I'm that one opponent, you don't want none from. Manual vet where my strength get pumped from. So let's go ride to the child of God. Standing toe to toe now. The Lord is with me, you can't fight the rock. I got the sauce, you want out of high. The destiny mine, I'ma stalk it out. The strength is happening, you just bought it out. Your giant carcass, I'ma walk it out. You wishing that you wouldn't have called me out. Cause every time be on that throw down, let's get us a showdown. Come and get some, I got another go around big as it is, so hard to go down. Since destiny something we can't change, but quitting will stop you from great gains. And faith will make capable great things. I done decided to break. Mess around and call me on my A game. So speed like the A train. The crowd that I'm stalking on, I gotta maintain. All by myself, I don't gang bang. When you want to get in my crown, then I'm down every time, like just now and then. Yeah, I heard you got your thousands, but me, yo, I got my 10,000. God gave me dreams doing that, I would chase them.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making it go, but I won't lose hope. Cause I'm still stuck in my destiny. I'm still stuck in my destiny.
Good afternoon. What up, BFam1096.com? How y'all doing? Facebook, hey, over there at YouTube, at my YouTube channel, Stalk Your Destiny. Welcome to Tea Time with Tarah, live and on air. I am your host, Tarah M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. Here we discuss business and Bible basics. We believe you have a voice and it needs to be heard. If you have not already, y'all, please head over to my YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I go live, upload a short, or add a new video to the Tea Time with Tarah show, where I interview guests and ask them what they need on their journey to stalking their destiny. Again, this is Tea Time with Tarah, live and on air, where we believe you have a voice and it needs to be heard. We focus on business and Bible basics, and I am your host, Tarah M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. Let's get right into it. Hey, Sheila. Let's see. Hopefully I don't lose my voice today, y'all. Hey, I missed you too. I was looking for you. So welcome back. Hi, Amanda. Oh, she said hi, Sheila. Hey, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna try to push through this today, y'all, because it feels like, and earlier I did kind of lose my voice. So listen, you have a voice and it needs to be heard. I'm gonna push it as far as I can today. If I have to wrap up early for losing my voice, then y'all just bear with me. But I just didn't want to cancel today. So let me know, how are y'all doing? Welcome back, my ladies, and to the gentlemen, who watch the show, y'all. Thank you for tuning in every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But let me know, how are you doing? How are y'all doing with this weather we just had? If you're in the United States or whatever, I'm not sure how it is in other countries right now, but how are you all doing weather-wise? Let me know how you're doing. You can put it in the chat. You can put it in the comments below. But also just, how are you doing today? How was your weekend? And where are you tuning in from? Let me know where you're tuning in from. I do hope that you all brought your favorite drink, or you got to have your favorite drink today. I have a cup of tea with lemon and honey in it for my voice, for my throat. I hope you all brought your journals with you, and your pens, and maybe your Bible too, okay? Because this is business and Bible basics. So I hope you guys brought along with you everything you need for the show today, to take notes, to just get what you need for this week and be encouraged and go forward in that, okay? So I did write my affirmations today. Let me go over them. This is the Tea Time Daily Journal. It's a 30-day inspiration and affirmations journal. And I use this myself for that very purpose, okay? So I did do my affirmations for today, and I want to share those with you guys. So I haven't done them in a while, actually. So I'm going to read that. Okay, so when you can put your affirmations in the chat or the comments below as well. your I am, I will, I have, and declare what kind of day you want to have. This just sets the tone for your day. You can do this every day, or you can do it with me every week when we do it live. But I am, I have, I will, and today will be, whatever kind of day you decide that today is going to be. It's important that we set our affirmations or our intentions for the day, because sometimes, you can wake up with complaints from yesterday, or you can wake up with complaints just with how the morning begins. And so you kind of want to set the tone for yourself and say, is this the direction I want to go in today? We'll get more into that, because I always go ahead of myself on the shows, which is very interesting to me because these shows are not practiced or scripted. But you get to determine what kind of direction you want to go in for your day. Okay. So here are my affirmations. You can put yours in the comments or in the chats. Okay. I am embracing the pivot taking place in my life. Okay. I'll talk about that more later too. I'm embracing the pivot that's taking place in my life. Okay. I will be hopeful and open-minded about the possibilities of tomorrow. I think that's something that's often we're not really open to the possibilities of goodness that can happen, for us in the future. So I will be hopeful and open-minded about the possibilities of tomorrow. Okay. And I have to stay in the blessing of today. Y'all, I have learned so many times over, like on repeat in the last month, I would say, or in this month of January, to stay in today, to stay in the present moment of time and not try to think so far ahead. And y'all know, with me being a life coach for the last 10 years, all my questions were about the future. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do? When are you going to do it? Those have been my questions that I've asked. And so now I'm just purposing to be present in each and every day and in each and every moment, because it's very easy. I don't know if this is for you, but for me, it's very easy to run from where we are right now and go forward towards the future, like run towards future planning, run towards, well, I hope this happens. I hope that happens. Like, while I'm hopeful and open-minded, while I will be hopeful and open-minded about the possibilities of tomorrow, I have to stay in the blessings of today. And even in doing that, I am embracing the pivot taking place in my life. And so even with that, y'all, it's interesting how life can change, and we don't embrace it. Like, we're still going forward into the future while not seeing what's taking place right now. And I can relate that to like miracles. Okay. People miss miracles. They miss the signs and wonders of God because they're so busy looking for the big deal. They're so busy looking for the big picture that you don't see that there's a rudder that's changing things. You don't see this tick, tick, tick happening that's actually making changes right now in your life. And we kind of overlook that. We overlook that with our spouses, our partners, our friendships, even our parents and stuff. We overlook the fact that people are making literal positive changes today that will be a big deal tomorrow, but they're starting today to make those changes, and we kind of overlook them. So when you do your affirmations, or just when you go forward thinking about your week, if you're thinking about my affirmations, if that encouraged you, then be mindful too to give grace to people who are be willing to see the positive changes in people and even in yourself. Be willing to give credit to that in those moments, because that's what builds up to the big changes for tomorrow. Okay. And then seeing that as well encourages that movement forward as well. Okay. So be sure to put your affirmations in the chat, put them in the comments, or write them down for yourself. Again, mine is written down in my Tea Time Daily Journal, the 30-day inspiration and affirmation journal. Okay. I am embracing the pivot taking place in my life. I will be hopeful and open-minded about the possibilities of tomorrow. And I have to stay in the blessing of today. And so when I said what kind of day today is going to be, I said today is going to be a dance in the rain kind of day. And there's no rain happening here where I am. But dancing in the rain to me is poetry. It's a poetry of life. It means that, yes, there's rain falling, but I'm not going to be locked in because of it. Yes, there's rain falling, but who has an issue with getting wet naturally? Like, there's rain falling. That's a beautiful thing, right? It's replenishing the earth. That's a beautiful thing. And so today for me is going to be a dance in the rain kind of day, meaning come what may, I'm going to keep my joy. Okay. And our affirmations today, I forgot to say that our affirmations today are sponsored by Tea Time Enterprises. The world needs all you have to offer. Okay. So don't forget to do your affirmations, you guys, for this day and this week. Okay. Or just be encouraged by the ones that I have shared. Now, our food for thought quote is brought to you by Stalk Your Destiny, where everything you want to become, you already are. Okay. And so this is going to be two-part because I didn't realize there was a quote in my journal. There are quotes in this journal as well. And there's one in here. I just want to read this in addition to our food for thought quote that I had prepared for the show. This one says, be optimistic. Time stops for no one, so those down moments can always change. Okay. And that's just encouragement. Be optimistic. Time stops for no one, so those down moments can always change. Okay. And I'll say this too, just because this is the day of it. For those of you in the sports world, today was the day that basketball lost Kobe Bryant, right? We lost Kobe Bryant in the morning in 2020. Well, that same day in the evening, my family lost my grandpa. Okay. And so with this saying time stops for no one, makes me think of like, okay, exactly. We never know when our time is. Okay. And down moments can always change, meaning that where today in the past had been like a sad day, and even this weekend, yes, did I shed some tears? Yeah, I did a little bit. But today I decided to get up and feel what it felt like when my grandpa was around. Turn on the music that he liked to listen to that I love now because of him, that I love. And I had a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios because that's what we did together. That's what me and my grandpa shared together. And so knowing that time stops for no one still should not stop our optimism. Okay. You can still be optimistic. You can still be present in your life and understand that you might be down for a season, but just like Ecclesiastes says, there is indeed a time for everything. There is a time for mourning and there's a time for laughing and dancing and singing and living. Okay. And so don't get so caught up in the down of everything that you forget that season has to change, that season will change and time will stop for no one. And it is okay for you to be optimistic. Okay. So that's from this Tea Time Daily Journal, that quote. Our food for thought quote for this week, though, in accordance with the message for today, is this. It says, anything in the opposite direction of your dreams is a distraction. Okay. Anything in the opposite direction of your dreams is a distraction. I don't know if y'all can tell how hard I'm pushing with my voice today. Let me drink some of this tea. Give me just a second. Mm. Okay. Anything in the opposite direction of your dreams is a distraction, y'all. I'm definitely going to talk about this in the business portion of this. But think about that. Think about how many things come your way and try to pull you in the opposite direction. Like, you say you're in a relationship, right? This happens so commonly in movies. Okay, in movies, it happens so commonly in movies. Or there's this TV show I watched called Harlem, and it's no longer airing, but they did 3 seasons. It's a good show, I think, if you like theater and drama type of things or whatever. But in that, one young lady was going towards her dream. She had gotten a theater act to perform, and her fiance, so she had love and opportunity, right? Well, her fiance kept trying to pull her away from what her opportunity was, what she wanted to do with her career. He kept telling her, hey, well, you never have to work as my wife because I have all the money you need, or why are you doing that play? That's real stupid. Like, are they seriously doing that? Are people going to take you seriously? Like, you're going to be a joke. Now, I do not believe that the character's intention was to tear her down, to tear his fiance down. I don't believe that was his intention, but his intention was to mold her into what he wanted her to be, how he wanted her to be. And guess what? That was pulling her in the opposite direction of her dreams. And Sheila said, wow, what a great quote. But what do you, what do you, if you love, what do you do if you love some of your distractions that prevent you from obtaining your dreams? Okay. My mother has cancer and requires my care 100% of the day. I had to give up my career to care for her. Okay, Sheila. Well, first of all, I'm sorry to hear that. But second of all, seasons do change, okay? And if you believe in for her healing, those seasons will change, okay? My mom had breast cancer, and actually she had it pretty much by herself. Unfortunately, we were all in different parts of the nation when she had that battle. And so then my sister took over with that, with helping her and all those things. Now, the only thing I can say is seasons will change in that, but also that means that in the season that you're in right now, if that's what you're doing 100% of the time, or giving her that care and everything, then you can find moments for yourself. Okay. If the distraction is taking you away, then you know your mind can still work on it, because I'm sure that while you're with her 100% of the day, you still have time to write, you still have time to read, you still have time to do these different things. And so it's kind of like when I started Tea Time with Tarah, y'all. When I started Tea Time with Tarah, I had 3 babies, stair steps at home. I had a husband that was not present in the house as a husband. Okay, he might have. We gonna leave him alone, where he's at. But I was, you know, mom and wife. Like Tara didn't exist at that point, and I needed to know, like, what am I doing here? Because I didn't have any time for me. It literally started with God letting me have 5 minutes for a shower and a cup of tea. That was the start of this whole thing. That was the start of Tea Time with Tara, which I've been doing since 2016. So this is the 10th year. This is the 10th year of that. And so when I tell you, Sheila, and everyone listening, that seasons will change. Seasons will change. Time stops for no one. And so don't get discouraged in this time. Instead, find the minutes that you have. I had 5 minutes a day. I had 5 minutes a day. No exaggeration. 3 minutes to take a shower, 2 minutes to drink down hot, boiling hot tea out of the microwave. Because I would put this in the microwave, put the water in the microwave for 3 minutes, run and take a shower, come back and drink this down scorching hot. That was all I had. Over time, 5 minutes turned to 15 minutes. 15 minutes eventually turned to an hour. Then I started getting up an hour earlier before my children did. So I would get up between 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. You know, and then when they go to bed, I would stay up. So Sheila and anybody else who has a distraction that you can't avoid, you know, one that you wouldn't even compromise, listen, find the time around it. Find the time around it to do what you love to do, to work towards what you love to do. It does not matter if you start with 5 minutes a day. I literally started with 5 minutes a day, and here I am. Publicly, I started 10 years ago. Privately, I started 12 years ago. So the 5 minutes a day for me was 12 years ago. This is living proof. Let me be the proof and the example, okay? That you will have distractions, and you can love those things and people. Listen, we're gonna get into that too. We are going to get into these. We're going to get so far into this in the business topic today. You can love the distractions, but you must understand that anything in the opposite direction of your dreams is a distraction. Anything that is in the opposite direction. Now, on the show that I was telling you about, the girl was trying to oblige her fiance at first, but she was also letting him know, like, but I love this. I love this. I love this. And ultimately, it came down to her saying, I'm not going to compromise myself for a ring because you're trying to cage me into something you want me to be and not letting me be myself. Okay. And that was the case too. She wasn't exactly what he wanted. And then him trying to cage her in was making him not what she wanted as well. So eventually they had to walk away from one another on the show. Okay. But that happens so often in real life, and we will get into that as well. In the business topic portion of the show, y'all, because I almost just went right into it. But let me get y'all this devotion, okay? Let me get y'all this Bible time too. Thank you so much for sharing, Sheila. I'll be praying for your family too, your mom, for you as well, for healing. in that, not just healing, but for God's will to be done, and you all to have the strength necessary to get through that victoriously. Okay. So our devotion for today comes from Romans chapter 7. I'm going to read verse 14 through 20, and then I'll be reading verse 21 through 25. Okay. So this says, we know that the law is spiritual, but I am unspiritual, sold as a slave to sin. I do not understand what I do. For what I want to do, I do not do. But what I hate, I do. And if I do what I do not want to do, I agree that the law is good. As it is no longer I myself who do it, but it is sin living in me. I know that nothing good lives in me, that is, in my sinful nature. For I have the desire to do what is good, but I cannot carry it out. For what I do is not the good I want to do. No, the evil I do not want to do. This I keep doing. I hope that read well. Now, if I do what I do not want to do, it is no longer I who do it, but it is sin living in me that does it. Okay. So that's 14 through 20, right? And so this is about sin, obviously, but also about the things like how many of us struggle with doing what we want to do versus doing what we don't want to do. Like, let's even take it down to eating food, right? Fasting. Let's talk about fasting, y'all, because fasting is not easy to do. Okay. So let's talk about fasting. In terms of fasting, you want to not eat that stuff. Mostly it's sugar that people want to get rid of. You want to not eat sugar. You want to not eat meat. But those are the things that you have been accustomed to doing, right? And so even here, like with sin, you're accustomed to living in sin. You're accustomed to going in that sinful nature, right? And so this is just saying, like, I don't understand. Why am I doing what I don't want to do? And that's a distraction too. It's a distraction. And I can tell you, because fasting is hard. It's hard to do because you literally have to make a commitment, and you have to marry the result of the commitment. Okay. By that, I mean, like, some people want to fast because they want to lose weight, and I'm not talking about that type of fast, but okay, let's just put it in here then with it, right? Now I'm talking about fasting for the Lord, okay? But also having an expectation. So some people want to fast because they want to lose weight. Some people fast for health reasons, and some people fast again because spiritual things, religiously, right? And that is hard because what we don't want to do, we end up doing. And a part of that also is because our mind keeps going to it. Like one day I was fasting, I made it through 20 hours perfectly fine, right? But after the 20 hours, I was just like kind of frustrated. And I kept telling myself, and I kept saying it out loud too. I was on the phone with friends, and I was just like, I want to eat. I want to eat. I want to eat. I'm sick of this. I want to eat. I want to eat. And guess what I did? I got up and ate. I got up and ate because I just kept saying it to myself. I want to eat. I want to eat. I want to eat. Instead of focusing on, girl, you just did 20 hours. Oh my gosh. Like, let's keep going. No food, no water. Let's keep going. I wasn't at that point strong enough. I wasn't at that point focused on what I needed to focus on. I was just really feeding myself the sinful nature, right? I was feeding myself, girl, get you something to eat, versus you got this. This is nothing, or whatever. And I mean, sometimes it is mind over matter. Other times it's really, really just making sure that you marry the end game, marry the results, commit to the commitment of it. Okay. And even if you fail, like, try again the next day. Okay. So the thing about this, when you're sinning and you don't want to do that, keep trying to not do it. Keep going in that direction. Again, like I talked about, the miracles of each day and each moment, right? In those miracles of each day and each moment, we don't give ourselves that grace that, like, I did it today. I don't know, I don't know how well I'm gonna do with this tomorrow. I didn't do that great yesterday, but today I did it. So for me, it was like, okay, I never did no food, no water before. 20 hours, no food, no water was amazing, right? I could have said in the fact that, dang, I failed. I failed myself again. You know, I can't even do 3 days, no food, no water. Well, guess what, sweetie? You never did it before. You never did it before. This is where, again, I'm going to keep saying it, y'all, because we don't do this enough. Give yourself some grace and try again. Start over, okay? You get the opportunity. God gives us the opportunity to keep trying. We get the opportunity to just keep on going forward. Keep going. Like, he looks at your heart. So keep going. Don't give up in that, okay? I don't know if that was for me or for y'all, but I hope it reached. So I'm going to move forward to chapter 7, verse 21 through 25, okay? And this here says, so I find this law at work. When I want to do good, evil is right there with me. For I, in my inner being, I delight in God's law. But I see another law at work in the members of my body, waging war against the law of my mind and making me a prisoner of the law of sin at work within my members. What a wretched man I am. Who will rescue me from this body of death? Thanks be to God through Jesus Christ, our Lord. So then I myself in my mind am a slave to God's law, but in the sinful nature, a slave to the law of sin. And so, I don't know, I guess I went ahead of myself and just really included that in what I just said. Still, it can be mind over matter, but again, marry your commitment. Marry your commitment and then commit to the commitment. Okay. And I'm saying these things because people are like, oh, well, I already made the commitment. I already did it. No, you didn't. Because if you did, you know, so many of us make commitments and you lie real quick. Oh, I'm going to do that. And you don't. Oh, it slipped my mind. No, it didn't. You just didn't commit to it. Okay. So when you make a commitment, marry that commitment and then commit to the commitment. Okay. Be diligent about getting after what you say you're going to do. Be diligent about, and that's what I mean too, about these distractions. Be so diligent that even if something takes you what looks like off of your path, remember, y'all, and I've just been saying this more recently, maybe in the past year or so, okay? I am never out of God's alignment for my life. I'm never out of God's alignment because everywhere I go, there he is. And he can use everything. God can use every detour I take because I don't know his path. He knows his path for me. He knows his plan for me. So I'm never out of his alignment, right? So even when I go left, or this is my right. So even when I go right and God's like, go left, you know, guess who can get me back on his path? He can. Guess who can use that detour to instill something else in me that he already had for me? He can, you know? And so remember that too. Like I saw a video and someone was saying that we want life to be an arrow upwards only. But a lifeline is lines up and down, up and down, up and down. And so what he was saying was that you can't just have a life that's all good without having a life that has valleys in it as well. It's not just going to be mountaintops. There's going to be valleys too, because you can't go from one mountaintop to the next mountaintop without going back down to the valley first. Okay. So you got to go uphill. That's an uphill battle. And then you got to come back down that hill, trench through the valley to get to the next mountain. Climb that mountain, with another uphill battle, and come down. All the complaining, moaning, and groaning that we do anyway, it's all a part of it. It's all a part of it. We're building endurance, y'all. Okay. And what you're building endurance for or towards, that's up to you to figure that out. What are you doing it for? That's up to you to figure out. Okay. So this particular verse in the Bible was about struggling with sin. Okay. But while we struggle with sin, we struggle with life, period, as well. We struggle with decisions. We struggle with distractions. So be mindful too. One, to always pray, always ask God to help you through it. And number two, just to be better with your commitments. You know, this is not about beating ourselves up because we get distracted. I'm ADD. I'm going to be distracted. I'm going to be distracted. But find your way back. You can always find your way back. Okay, so that was our devotion for the day, y'all. Now, if you want any of my books, any of my devotionals, those are monthly devotionals. Earthly Branches, a 12-book devotional series. 10 of those 12 books is currently available at my website, www.stalkyourdestiny.com/shop. You can get any of my books there. You can get any of my planners there as well. And also you can get the Tea Time Daily Journal on there as well. Okay, that's www.stalkyourdestiny.com/shop. Okay, for my books and planners and things like that. Okay. Um, and that just can help you. Those, like I said, those devotionals are the devotional series is written on a monthly basis. They are monthly devotionals and they are intentionally written to help you as you fast. They are fasting resources and supports for you to focus on those different topics such as courage, fulfillment, new beginnings, harmony, order, healing, growth, grace. Growth isn't published yet. Grace, and so 10 of them, 10 of the 12 are published. Growth and Solitude are not yet published. Those will be the last two of that 12-book series. And so again, if you need tools while fasting, if you need tools while just trying to grow your relationship with God and be a better human being, those are some incredible tools that will help you. They are interactive, so you can write in the books. They have questions in them and daily focuses as well for you. So it's transformative. Okay, those books are transformative for you. All right, now, guys, if you love this show, which I absolutely love and appreciate you tuning in every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We don't need the email, DC. We need the website. While you're tuning in every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you love the show, consider becoming a sponsor, sponsoring an ad here on the show. If you have a product, a service, a company, or you just want to do a shout out, for the show, our sponsorships are as low as $50 packages or as much as $500 packages, unless there's something else that you want to work out in terms of sponsorship for this show. We are business and Bible basics, so keep that in mind when considering, but we would love to have you become a sponsor. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, or even if you say, well, I don't necessarily want to be a sponsor, I just want to make a donation, right? I love the show and I just want to make a donation because y'all production is not free here. Airtime is not free here. Wardrobe is not free here. So all of these things do matter to what I am able to put out into the world for you all and be able to show up for you all every Monday as I'm able to. What you can do is for sponsorship or donations, you can go to my website at www.stalkyourdestiny.com. Again, that's www.stalkyourdestiny.com. You can scroll down to the bottom of the page, Tea Time with Tarah live and on air for sponsorship information. For donation, you can just hit the tab at the top that says donate on the website as well. If you don't want to go through the website and you want to make a donation anyway, you can donate via Cash App at $Stalk Your Destiny. You can donate at Venmo at Stalk Your Destiny, or you can donate on PayPal.me/Stalk Your Destiny. Now, I'm pretty sure you got it because I just drilled it in so much. But you can either go to the website, stalkyourdestiny.com, or you can donate via Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal at Stalk Your Destiny. And that's for sponsorships or donations, y'all. Everything is on the website now. So you can check it out and let me know what you think and purchase your book, get a sponsorship. And so if you want to share that information with anyone that may be interested in becoming a sponsor, sponsoring an ad on this show, we are in we're in 91 countries, I believe now. We're in over 91 countries now as well. And so if you want to share that information, this show is going places. And so their advertisements will be heard as well. So you can tell them to visit www.stalkyourdestiny.com for more information. Feel free to reach out to me at any time. You will get me and not a robot. Okay. You will get me responding to you. And so keep that in mind. We would love to tell the world about what you have to offer as you sponsor an ad or make a donation with the show. Okay. So let's get to the business topic of the week, you guys. Our business top of the week is brought to you by Zeal Sweet Flavored Tea made with love. And our business topic of the week is just say no. I had a laugh about that this morning because I was like, just say no sounds like the DARE program, right? Drug abuse resistance education. That's not what the hell I'm talking about today, okay? But I found that funny because I was a peer I was a peer leader. Okay. And I worked for DARE as a marketing person. I was selling products and stuff for the DARE program as well. So I just find it funny that I'm like, just say no, Tara. This is not fifth grade. However, it sticks. It sticks. Just say no. Even drug abuse resistance education. But we're saying just say no to distractions. We're saying just say no to things that don't line up with what you want for your life. And so that's going to take a lot of internal work. Okay. Because it's really not everything else that's the problem. Most of the times it's you that's the problem. By you, I mean we. By me, I, us, we the problem. Okay. When we identify other problems, it's really us. It's how we navigate those things and walk through them. So give me just a second and I'm going to get into it. Okay. So just say no. Yeah, I met someone that was like, and people do this often. They're like, every time an opportunity comes my way, I'm going through that door. I'm saying yes, right? And I had a conversation with someone years ago who mentioned a woman who said every door of opportunity that opened up to her, like she was going through. And at that point, I made a statement, and I've stood on it all these years now, is that every door of opportunity that opens unto you is not your door. It's not your door. You really have to do an evaluation because what are you chasing here? And so even now with social media and everything, so many people are chasing clout. They're chasing fame. Everybody wants their 15 minutes of fame and they really want to get rich quick, right? And so and it's not a quick game. I don't care what these gurus are telling you. I don't care what these, people that just happen to go viral. If you listen to their stories, they're like, yeah, we went viral a couple of times and nothing really came of it. You know why? Because either they didn't have things in place on the back end to take full advantage of that. They didn't know what those things were to take full advantage of that. Or they just thought it was going to take off from there and they would get phone calls and things. And it never happened. And it never happened, right? Every door of opportunity that's open unto you is not your door. You've got to be mindful of what is it that I want? Okay. And in wanting this, is this a step forward or a step sideways or a step backwards? And be careful about those steps sideways, right? Be careful about stepping over to the side because you're still moving out of your own way, which means you're still moving off your own path. You're still compromising yourself. Okay. Excuse me. So when opportunities come, and I think I said I was going to open up a little bit about myself in terms of like the pivot, right? The pivot that's happening in my life. Be the person who is chasing after opportunities rather than waiting for them to come to you. Okay. And by that, I mean, if you want to change, like I said, we're the problem. So if you want to change, and I don't mean we're the problem as in something's wrong with you or us or me, right? What I mean is that we can contribute to nothing happening in our lives. We can contribute to things not shifting or changing, right? And you can contribute with good reason, right? I'm very adamant about my company. I will not compromise my company for anything or anyone. And I started that company with babies on the floor in my office under blankets, okay? I started the company pushing through all of that, and my children come first. So that's why they were in the office with me. Okay. I'm not compromising all the work I've done in the last 10 years. I'm not doing that. But if God has to pivot me to take my business to a whole new direction, guess what? I have to be willing to pivot. I have to be willing to pivot, meaning that I have to know which opportunities are in alignment with what he gave me to do. Because people will be like, well, come work for me. Well, come do this. Oh, you could. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about any of it because you have to be mindful that is me helping you pushing my business forward? Is me helping you an opportunity for me to learn more towards the goal that I want? And I don't mean this in a selfish manner, but I do mean it in a selfish, you have to protect yourself type of manner. You have to protect the direction of your dreams, because people will hold you hostage to where they are, to what they want to do, right? And so they might say, "Oh, I have this opportunity for you to come over here and do this, for me." And it sounds good, and you're like, "Oh, okay, I can do that," right? Be careful about that. Be careful about I can do it versus do I want to do it and will I do it? Okay. This goes back to, this is so loaded, y'all. So I hope y'all go back and watch this, because I'm just loading everything on top of each other. But I can do it. I'm capable of doing it. Doesn't mean I'm a cheerful giver. Doesn't mean I want to do it. Doesn't mean I'm happy to do it. And doesn't mean that it connects me to something or gives me an experience or opportunity that I can build on. Right? So every opportunity is not yours. It's just not. Okay? You have to be mindful of that. These opportunities can take you so far. Like if you went to Hollywood and you're like, I'm going to be an actor and actress, and then you become a waiter and they're like, "Oh, we have a general manager position for you. Oh my gosh, that's a promotion. That's wonderful. That's awesome for you," right? Except for the fact that that takes up all your time to go audition, all of your time to practice for a role, all of your time to do all the things you came to do, right? Now, unless you're saying, I'm gonna do this for a year and then I'm gonna get back to it, you're going in the opposite direction of your dreams. Don't do that. Don't give, yeah, my company is Stalk Your Destiny for a reason. Don't give up on you. Pivot. Go with the flow. Opportunities will come and go. Okay. Be picky. Okay. And then here I wrote personal wants and needs, right? Your personal wants and needs. Let me see how I want to say this, because this can go relationally. This goes into, well, oh no, relationships and friendships is next. Okay, I'm going ahead of myself. So your personal wants and needs, right? Okay, let's talk about me, right? I told y'all I don't have no problem being transparent on this because I hope that it helps someone else, right? Personal wants and needs. I personally want to, as much as I come on here and encourage the world, as much as I dedicate myself to that, as much as I show up for you and I have all the things, as much as you can check out my website and see where I've been, interviewed and guest on people's show, how I produced all of these things, right? As much as I've done all of that, I would be misleading you if I told you that life has been so beautiful and so easy over the last 10 years. I would be misleading you if I told you that I can stand up on my own 2 feet right now today. I would be misleading you if I didn't say that I was house hopping for 20 months, 2018 to 2020. I would be misleading you if I didn't tell you that I took a leap of faith and fell into a river of sinking sand and I'm still trying to find my footing. Okay? If I didn't tell you those things. So personal wants and needs is like Maslow's law. What's it? Maslow's hierarchy, whatever it is called. Okay? The hierarchy of needs. That's what it is. Right? The hierarchy of needs. So with that, the base of that is having your regular needs met, basic needs met. Okay? I would be remiss if I said my basic needs are met. They are not. But will I compromise my dreams? No. I won't. Because you have to believe in that so much that you're willing to do what it takes and still navigate these things. Will I get on here and look like what the hell I've been through? No. And I have looked bad some days too, y'all. If y'all go back through my videos, I've looked bad. Okay? I've looked bad, but I surely did not look like what I was going through. And my producer here can tell you, because he knows the background of some of the stuff I've been going through since I've been on this show. Okay? So what I'm saying is that your personal wants and needs, it can be a distraction. It can get you off because you feel like I have to do something else. I have to put this down in order to pick up X, Y, and Z, right? No, you don't. You have to find an opportunity to be able to do both. You have to be willing to pivot to be able to do both. So now I'm doing this and now I'm applying for jobs. I've owned my own company for the last 10 years. You think I'm going to let that go? Absolutely not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask God, what what opportunity in terms of a job or a way to make money right now, which one of those is a stepping stone to where you're taking me? Which one of those is in alignment with what you have me do right now, where I can be my best self, show up in my company, and show up at a job making money for me? Sheila said, it's amazing. I feel like you are talking to just me and I am receiving the message. Thank you. You are welcome, Sheila. And I am. And I'm just telling you about where I'm at. So now you know too, you are not alone. You're not alone. Okay. And so again, personal wants and needs can be a distraction because you can be down on yourself like, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have that. And that is hard. That is a hard reality to face because there's always something we don't have. There's always something we need and can't get to, can't hold on to, right? So be mindful of that those things can be a distraction. It can be a distraction because if you keep looking that way, you're going to keep being down. You're going to keep being down. Instead, this is where they say, oh, practice gratitude. That's cute. But it's a real thing, y'all. But I'm gonna say this, balance it out, okay? Because I've been dealing with this lately too, and I've been speaking about it more lately, okay? I can practice gratitude on this hand, and I can also acknowledge what's not there on this hand, meaning I'm still going forward in these things. While I'm grateful for this is not the everything, okay? This is not the everything. My personal wants and needs are pushing me towards my dreams. Okay. You want a house on your own? Okay. You want love? We're going to get into that next, friendships and relationships. Okay. Those type of things. Just because I'm grateful for these things and I show a gratitude to these things doesn't mean that these things over here are not still missing. These things over here are still missing, but I can't let that take me off of my path to where I run after that without looking at, is it necessary right now? Like, am I actually okay right now? Sometimes it's bigger than the word gratitude. It's understanding, am I okay in this right now? And is it a stepping stone again to helping me to get to where I need to go? Is it providing something good that I can use and leverage to get to where I need to go? Okay. That's the personal wants and needs. Okay. Now, let's get to these friendships and relationships. And my whole tone changed because y'all, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of distracting friendships. I'm sick of distracting relationships. I am sick of having to be the person. And this is the part of the process, y'all. I'm sick of having to be the person that has to stand up for me. And not even in defense, not even in fighting, it's simply just standing up, taking a stand for you, right? To say, I'm not doing X, Y, and Z anymore. Or I want to stop doing this over here. I would like to not do that anymore. I'm my happiest when I do X, Y, and Z, right? I'm at most peace when I do X, Y, and Z. Y'all, when I tell you, like that scripture says, like, I know what I want to do, but I go in the direction of what I don't want to do, And that's something we all do. Like, you're like, man, I want to lose weight, but I'm going to eat this pizza first. Okay. I'm going to just get all the veggies. We compromise it. Okay. I'm going to just get all the veggies. It's healthy, right? Yeah, but it's not helping you with your goal. It's not helping you with the direction you want to go. In terms of friends and relationships, they can mean well, they can be good people. And that's the thing about it. They can mean well and they can be good people and they can still be a distraction or a hindrance to you for your dreams, the direction you want to go. Just say no, right? So just say no to opportunities that are taking you in the opposite direction. Just say no to sitting in what you don't have that you want or need. Just say no to friends and relationships that do not fulfill you in the positive direction you wish to go in your life. And I mean any compromise. I'm someone that communicates with my friends, and if they're watching, they already know, okay? I want to share my life with you, And I want you to be able to share your life with me. I want to be able to know what's going on with you. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Did whatever you were supposed to do last week, how did that go? I want to be able to do that, not just to listen to you. I no longer desire one-sided relationships or friendships. I no longer desire, and I never desired it, but I entertained it. Remember, I said we are the problem. I entertained it because I'm good at listening to people talk. I'm good at letting people be themselves. I'm good at it, everything being all about you. I'm good at going to find somebody that gives a damn about me and talking to them later. But guess what? I don't want to do that anymore. And that's okay. Because in the direction that I'm going in my life and my dreams, I only want healthy people, healthy relationships, those who desire to be healthy, right? Because none of us are perfect. I want the people that desire to be healthy. I want the people that desire to commit to their commitments, even if they feel like they're failing, because I know what that feels like. Even if they feel like that, I still, okay, hey, what's up? You feel like you failing? Listen, I felt like that too. Let's do it. What we got to do together? What do we have to do together? Help me win together. Help me help you so that we both win. Because the thing about it is when you have a friend that you can rely on, that you can call on, and they're there for you, the worst thing you can do is not be there for them when they actually call you. If they call you, if they trust you enough to call you and you not be there for them. Or like I said, in the example I gave about the TV show, the guy in the situation, this male and female, they were engaged. And so he pretended to support his fiance while all of the time trying to hinder her from her dreams. He wanted her to relish in his success and marvel in his success rather than have her own. And this is not about y'all. If you're listening to me, you've been listening to me for a while, I'm not a battle of the sexes person. So that example can go with women doing that to men as well. Women wanting to change men in friendships and in relationships. Okay. Don't allow someone to keep hindering you. And we can be guilty of it. You can be guilty of it because of a need. You can be guilty of it because of your loyalty, right? We are the problem. We keep giving loyalty to a situation or circumstance that's not giving us any good food. That's not giving us any good resources. That's not, help me get off this clock right here. I'm here on this island and I need your help to get off the island. And people are like, oh, I can help you. Come over here and let me take all the love you have to give. Does that feel good? No. No, sir, no, ma'am. It doesn't. Because your little love is smothering me and it's keeping me in this spot. I don't want it. Let it be okay to just say, no, I don't want it. I wrote a poem about someone that I love. And I said, you're holding me, ain't holding me. You're holding me is holding me hostage. And I don't want to be a prisoner. I don't want to be a prisoner. You know, I don't want to be in that marriage anymore. I don't want to be there because I don't want to suffocate 6 to 8 months out of the year. I want to live. Be in relationship with people and partnership and friendship with people where you can live, where your dreams can live, where your emotions have place to live. Okay? Where it's okay to be human. Get into those things. Get out of the situations where you're giving your all to everybody else. Get out of the situations where you're willing to be present, you're willing to show up, and you recognize that every time, like, you're like, well, what about what you said? What about? And I don't mean that situations or circumstances have to be transactional. Please do not live a transactional lifestyle unless it is mutually beneficial. That's business. That's business. Okay. And have that agreement and honor your commitment, right? Honor your commitment for that purpose. But in friendships and relationships, one-sidedness is not cool. And reciprocation doesn't look like you did exactly this for me. I can do exactly that for you. It looks like you were willing to go above and beyond for me. I am willing to go above and beyond for you the best way I can. You did it the best way you could. I'm going to do it the best way I can. Right? You're willing to come sit with me in my low time, my low season. I'm willing to do whatever you need me to do in your low time and your low season. Stop making reciprocation be a mirror. I'm not going to mirror you. If I could mirror you, I wouldn't have needed you for any of the shit I needed you for. Because I would have already had it. Right? Some things are tangible, some things are intangible. Let me give you the best of me because you gave me the best of you. And let me appreciate what you've given me. And please appreciate what I'm giving you. Because if not, it's a no for me. Just say no. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want none of it. I don't want your offer. I don't want your opportunity. I don't want your partnership. I don't want this one-sided ass friendship. I don't want it. I no longer wish to honor you while you constantly dishonor me or the lack of honor with me. Get to that place because this is your life. Every day you live giving it to somebody else. Every day you live trying to please somebody else. For what? That time's going to keep going. We're not going to get that back. We're not going to get that back. That time we spent in those situationships, we're not going to get that back. The time we spent trying to prove that our friend was our friend, we're not going to get that back. The time you spent sitting in the dark, waiting, wondering when is life going to turn around for me instead of turning the damn light on, you're not going to get it back. You're not going to get it back. So I'm saying it like that, y'all, because it's serious. It's your life. You get one in this body, mind, spirit, soul. One life to live. Last week, I think it was, I told y'all, be present in the present. You are the gift of your moment, right? The best way to live your best life is to show up in your life for you. You don't have to show up for anybody else before you decide to show up for you. And I'm saying that as a mother. I cannot, and my therapist, let me shout out my therapist, okay? When I was battling chronic depression and did not know it because I was fully functional, had no idea I was depressed, and it was bad, okay? And it was bad, and my other therapist confirmed that I had been depressed for years, and we couldn't even get to it because of things that happened in life. We couldn't get to me being depressed because everything else took precedence over me. Over me. It took my therapist to say, Mama, if Mama's not okay, the kiddos are not okay. She woke me up. If I was not okay, my kids were not okay because I was given from an empty cup. I didn't have nothing. I wasn't even present. I wasn't present for myself. I was doing what I needed to do for them, but I wasn't present for me. And the best thing that I could do for my kids, the best thing I could do for myself, y'all, is look alive, be alive. Take a deep breath and realize you're still here. Still able, body, mind, soul, spirit, able. Live your best life today. If you haven't been, start today. And y'all, if it has to start with 5 minutes, a clean body, and a cup of tea, burning hot. Start today. There's no excuse to not show up for you, even if it's only 5 minutes a day. God will increase that time for you. All right? So learn to just say no. Understand the role you play in being the problem in your life and allowing bad opportunities, bad, situations and things like that keep you down, right? Look for the way out. And join me back here, y'all, next Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Share this with somebody. Continue the conversation with somebody. Head over to my YouTube channel at Stalk Your Destiny. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. But definitely keep this conversation going with and of yourself, y'all. I am Tarah M. Williams. This has been Tea Time with Tarah, live and on air. Don't forget to check out my website, www.stalkyourdestiny.com. Consider becoming a sponsor or tell someone that can be a sponsor for the show. Consider donating. Check out my books and planners to help you think better, do better, and live better lives. All right? This has been Tea Time with Tarah, live and on air. I am Tarah M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. Here we believe you have a voice and it needs to be heard. We are business and Bible basics. I hope this was good for you today. Remember to just say no. See y'all next week, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making that down, but I won't lose ground. 'Cause I'm still stuck in my destiny. I'm still stuck in my destiny. Oh.
Every time it's on everything, the life you choosing, I'm cheddering. No matter the form of the weaponry, gotta keep stalking my destiny. Time's getting worse, I'm bettering. My sin is secure, ain't no tethering. I ain't gon' stop till I rest in peace and they put so hard on my grave lettering. Every time, I ain't lay back unless I'm in my 300. Circle is little, cause I keep it 100. Minus my issues, I'm so hard when I'm on it. 100% ain't enough, I get 200. Every time, know what I'ma run from. I'm that one opponent, you don't want none from. Manual van where my strength get pumped from. So what's the lie to a child of God? Standing toe to toe, no hot now. The Lord is with me, you can't fight the rock. I got the sauce, you want out of high. It's whatever. The destiny mine, I'ma stalk it out. The strength is having, you just bought it out. Your giant carcass, I'ma walk it out. You gon' be wishing that you wouldn't have called me out. Cause every time be on that throw down, let's get us a showdown. Come and get some, I got another go around. Big as it is, so hard they go down. Since destiny something we can't change, but quitting will stop you from great gains. And faith will make capable great things. I done decided to break pain. Lives around and call me on my A game, so speed like the A train. The thing that I'm stalking on, I gotta maintain. I'm by myself, I don't gang bang. When you want to get in my crown, then not just now and then. Yeah, I heard you got your thousands, but me, yo, I got my 10,000s. God gave me dreams doing that I would chase them.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused.